Hey guys, I upload videos about rope soloing and I do top rope soloing and lead climbing rope soloing. So yeah, a lot of people ask me how to get down, and some tell me that my setup is not easy to change to rappel. Yeah, it is not as easy as when you're using the grigri, for example, but with the grigri I don't really like it because you have to pull through the slack manually with your hands. For some cases with rope, and depending on the route, it can work that with the grigri the rope pulls through automatically, but for me it doesn't really work. And with the grigri you only have one device, and I don't trust the grigri for top rope soloing. I just don't like it how it feels, so that's my opinion. You can do it differently. I use two rope clamps, so one ascender and one, in this case, the roll and lock. I just uploaded a video about my rope solo devices. I will link it in the info box. Now, there can be the case that you have to get it down. So you're climbing, top rope solo, the rope is attached on the anchor above, and you're climbing, and maybe you're falling, maybe you are injured, or you have to get down because something happens. You have to keep in mind, the rope is fixed. So when you rappel down and you will leave, your rope is still there. You cannot go down and pull down your rope. Only if you make a special anchor and re-thread the rope, but most people don't do this because it's unpractical, and when you're doing multi-pitch, it's not always possible to do it like this. So, or it's not really possible, I think. Tell me in the comments if it's possible. Yeah, okay, so I have to get down. Maybe someone else got injured and I want to help them. So now I'm climbing, sitting on my devices, or on one device. Now, when I'm in an overhang, I cannot use the rock to climb up, but now here I can use the rock, and I need a personal anchor system. So this is a lanyard which I can use to attach myself to the anchor, for example, or otherwise you would have to use a sling or a long runner, or several runners. Now, I want to attach myself to the rope so I can remove the ascenders and change to descending. For this, I prefer using a prosec cord. So I have two prosecs in my set. So if something happens, if I drop one prosec, I still have this prosec as a third hand for rappelling. You can also use the Petzl T-block. It's really light, but in my opinion, it's not that multi-use like a prosec, but it's really easy to attach yourself to the rope like this, and now you're ready to go. But yeah, it's not as multi-use because I cannot use this as a third hand when rappelling. So I get it out of the way. Now, my prosec with 3 reps or even 4 reps, since it's an important one and it has to hold. And then personal anchor system, I can slide it up, bring it to some tension. Now, if I cannot use the rock, I would use my long accessory cord, which I can use for my anchor, to make a foot loop to step up. But now, right here, I'm on the ground almost, so I can use the rock to climb up a bit, slide up the prosec, and then slowly sit in the prosec. Make sure it's nice and clean, and then now my weight is on the prosec. I will still leave the clamps, or the clamps, is this even a word? I'm not sure, sorry, I'm German. I will still leave the ascenders on the rope, but I will slide them down a bit. Now, my tube, I use the tube for rappelling, so I attach it to my personal anchor system because I'm doing like an extended rappel. Give you some more spare rope. Then I already use this rope for the tube. So now I'm attached with the prosec. All the weight is on the prosec, but there's only a little of slack, and then there are 2 ascenders, and there is a tube. So here I can hold my weight already if the prosec fails. Now, I use my second prusik, which I usually use for repelling. I will attach this to my tie-in point and then above the ascenders, because when the ascender pushes on the prusik from above, the prusik will slide, and I don't want this. So the prusik will be right here. Again, 3 reps, since it's only one strand of rope and it's a relatively thin one. Attach this to the carabiner, and then I slide this up the rope, give it some tension. All right, now there are 2 options. At first I can do a big stopper knot somewhere here, so if something fails, I will only slide to the stopper knot. But in most cases I don't really do this because I'm aware and I know how all this works. It's important to practice this at home, or at least in a safe environment. Maybe tie yourself in and practice this while being belayed or being on the ground like I am right now. Now I check or double check all is closed. I'm aware everything is closed, everything is safe. And now I can start to remove my ascenders. Okay, now all the weight is still on the prusik above. Again, when it's an overhang, I will use the foot loop again. Otherwise, I can just use the rock, loosen the prusik, and slowly sit onto my tube, which is safe because of the third hand and the stopper knot. Now I can remove this. And now I'm ready to repel. When I'm on the stopper knot, I just have to open this and I can go all the way down. Yeah, so you see, this takes a lot of practice and also some time to get used to, and using it will take some time. Yeah, with the grigri it's faster, but as I said to you, usually it's not needed to go down when you're top rope soloing, because you climb up and then you go down, or if it's too hard at one section, you can just use the rope to pull up and to get up. But when it's needed, you better know how to do it safe. Now to show you it can be done a bit faster, I will do this again. So let me just set up my setup. Climbing, and now I want to get down. Prusik. Personal anchor system. Slide up, foot loop, or using the rock. Sit onto the prusik. Can remove the neckband. If I want to climb up soon, I will of course leave the neckband in its place. Loosen, give me some slack. Tube. Prusik. Stopper knot. Removing devices. Stepping up. removing prosig and personal attachment system or personal anchor system, and then remove stopper knot, repelling. So that's it. Yeah, it's a lot of steps included, just practice it. And you will see it works. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments if you use Toprope solo devices and what do you use. Thank you. Bye.